Hello everyone and welcome to week 2 of TGR Singles Season 8. So this week we are up against SandySimis and his team is the Malformed Mayhems and his team is down on the right bottom. So if you can see he has like a more of a terrain based team with Ndidi and Halucha, and he also has the Deoxys speed that can actually abuse Ndidi's terrain pretty well. Besides that, he also has Spectria, which is always very annoying to face, especially when your dark normal types are not very good like mine. And outside of that, he also has the Tingu and Tinkaton as some defensive options. Has the Salazar, which is actually pretty strong against my team. And then he has the Tatsugiri, Sarina, and Luxray. So, first of all, he has a Size Spam plus Ghost Spam team, and my Dark type is Skuntank, which is not the best, but it we have to do for this game. So we do have the Skuntank, and we are rocking like Max Pedef with the Black Surge. And for moves, we have the Toxic Spice. I'm pretty sure he's gonna bring the Salad, but that thing is pretty fair and probably not gonna stay around for long. So I think we can set up the T Spikes pretty free. And then we have knockoff for Dark Stab, and which is pretty good against his team. And we have Super Fan because it will chunk like the Tingle for 50%, which we have no chance of doing otherwise. And finally, I have Timberfare just for the Tinkaton if we are on a position that we can actually try and kill it. We don't have the Sucker Punch for something like the Spectre because Spectre can always like sub, and he also has the terrain, so I'm just gonna go with knockoff as my dark step. Next we have the Soaking Galar, and again we're running a very spade soaking mainly because of taking the hits from the Ndidi, the Salazar. So we're running Surge Bomb, Shadow Ball, and Psyshock as our offensive moves. Psyshock mainly because Spectre can set up combines, then like probably hitting it in the defensive side is much better. And Shadow Ball is for the Deoxys speed, and Surge Bomb is whatever he has for the rest. I can't hit the Tingu, so I have Chili Reception on my last move, so just I can just get out of there if the Tungu switches in. Next up, we have the Qrem. So Qrem is gonna be our main offensive option this week because he's only ice resist is the Tinkaton, which does not have any recovery, so it will probably get weakened pretty soon. He also has a Salazar, but like Salazar is not a resist. Like if I can get a DD up Icicle Spear, I think probably just kills it if I manage to get 5 hits. So yeah, we have DD and Icicle Spear, and then I have Iron Head just for the Tinkaton if I can manage to get a flinch or something like that, and I have Sub in case I have to avoid some status from like a Toxic from Salazar, things like that. Next up we have Zapdos. So Zapdos is here again just as like a pivot. We can U-turn out on stuff. T-Bolt is pretty free outside of the Tingu, which you can just U-turn on, and Hurricane is just another stab we can for mainly for the Serena and Roost for longevity. So we are running a pretty spade F because I think Zapdos is gonna pretty well with his natural bug to take on Halucha, so I don't think I need a lot of physical work to take on the Lucha, and the special work does help against taking like a +1 Shadow Ball from Spectrier. And it's also pretty good since it's like flying, it don't take like full damage expanding force from Indeedee or Deoxys Speed. Next we have the Ogarpon. So Ogarpon is also pretty good here because except for like the Sarina, which I doubt it comes, but yeah, just like Ivy Kaja and Horn, which is pretty spammable against his team. And I have the U-turn just in case he brings the Serena to U-turn out of it, and knockoff is for like some item removal. I don't think I can manage AST and sweep. I can't outspeed Halucha in terrain, spec this speed. And like the express is so fast that it can probably outspeed a +1 Ogarpon. So yeah, I just went for 4 offensive moves. I can run at a lot of bulk, especially the special bulk. I have the bulk to, I think, take on a Sarge bomb from Salazar at full without getting knocked out, if unless it's not a crit, and if it's not modest. But I doubt it's modest since I do have a Valiant which I'm not bringing this week, and it doesn't look pretty great against like a size spam team. And the final one is gonna be the Iron Trades. So Trades is AV. It's there for like another check for his special size spam team. It can take on a pass one spec shadow ball from Spectre. So if something like I can knock out the Spectre with like Skunt Tank or the Soaking, it's like a little bit of health, then I can switch in the the trades, take a plus one hit, and then knock give it back with something like knockoff or earthquake. But I do have to keep it rather healthy for that reason. I have spin because I think is pretty obnoxious in setting the hazards up, and a mega horn because it's like the strongest move I can have that hits Tingu. So this is gonna be the team for this week. Yeah, I can't put Valiant in this week since like Size Spam is not very great for Valiant, and he also has like monster like Tinkaton and Tingu, which like I never Oko, and probably gonna get Oko back. So yeah, now we move into the battle and see how that goes. Okay, so I forgot to click recording earlier, so we missed the team preview. But basically, he brought his steering core of Indeed Deoxys and Holucha, and he also brought the Salazar, the Spectrier, and the Tingu. So here I lead with Zapdos because it matched up pretty well against all of his team, and he leads with the Salazar. So I'm just gonna quick T-Bolt to get some damage on this thing since it's annoying. But one thing to notice is that he doesn't have the Tinkaton, so Q1 should have a good time. So he goes for the Toxic, which is fine I guess, but this T-Bolt should do a good chunk. Yeah, it does a good chunk. So I just want to knock this thing out, so I should quick T-Bolt again. I might go to the Tingu, but that's fine, then I can just U-turn out into my Kyurem. So yeah, this is definitely a Tingu. So I do want my Kyurem on this thing before it starts setting up the hazards, so I'm just gonna U-turn out into the Kyurem. If I manage to get a DD up, I should be able to chunk a lot of his team. So he goes the double, goes back into the Saraz. But this is a good build since my switching for this thing was the Zapdos. And now I have to find another switching because I don't think I can leave to Fire Rust after the poison damage. So I think I just go into QM. I don't care for the Toxic as much. And I just want this Salazar to be dead so I can set up my T-Spikes. So I think I just knocked this thing out with Icicle Spear. I don't want to go into some Toxic Protect. And again, so yeah, I just knocked it out. Because for the THC Tower Terra. That's actually unfortunate because now my QM is pretty much useless and it also gets full powered. So yeah, I do have to take a hit because for the Fire Rust it hits. Does half my health. Bicycle spear should knock this thing out. So as it goes down, that's great, but my QM is pretty much useless now. Whatever he brings in, I'll just have to click some more Icicle Spears because I think I can take another hit from something. So yeah, I have nothing better to do, so I'll just click Icicle Spear again. the knock, so it's physical. Gets rid of my loaded dice and I that actually does quite a lot. And I only hit 2 times. Yeah, most unfortunate. If he had the loaded dice, I could have killed it, but it goes for the psycho boost. Huh? Is it eject back? Try momentum, cause I didn't expect it to go for something like psycho boost to knock me out. Doesn't it have anything else? So it's actually the wider. But anyways, now I can go into Skun Tank pretty easily and set up my T-Spikes. So yeah, set my T-Spikes up, he goes for the Stealth Rocks, that's fine. This toxic damage will be important if it's something like a Sharp, Calm Mind, Bounty Spectre. So now I'll have to just go for Super Fun because I think the thing will come in, but yeah, Knock is I think better since yeah, it stays in, it takes care of that, and even if the switch you need to collect his item knocked out and also take poison. So yeah, Deoxys goes down, and now I think he's only switching his team move. I don't think he can switch into anything else. And I do have Overphone for the team use, so yeah, there comes the team line. It's fine if he sets up hazards, but I think Overphone switching is free now. Yes, doesn't have a Ivy Kajo resist. Do some damage at the amount. So I think I will need some help back then, so I can leave like Spectre Shadow Wall. So I go for the Home Reach. Didn't knock it out. I because you probably would have knocked it out. He goes for the facade. So that's interesting. Did you expect these spikes or did you expect a burn? I don't know because my factor is the another Horn Reach, get some more health back. And this should get me like a Spectre Shadow Wall. Unless it's at modest specs, but then I can fully go into Skun Tank. So sends out Spectre. So don't know how bulky this guy is. Depending on the bulk, because I'm not knockout and he might be crowbar. So I think I'll go for Horny so I can get some health back and leave another Shadow Ball. This shouldn't kill me unless it's another spell. Do a punch. So I think it did around 80 points of damage, so this might be a roll. So I think my best bet is to go into Skun Tank, but he is leftover, so that's good to know. He's not Cold Barbary. So yes, Skun Tank should take this hit much better. He goes for Predicts and goes for the Mudshot, which fortunately doesn't kill me. The speed drops, not that it matters. But the thing is I don't have Sucker Punch because he is steering. So I have to go for knockoff. Good thing is he can sub because he died of poison, so if he predicts the Sucker Punch goes into DD, that's probably gonna be best for me. Maybe not, because I haven't paid too much for the Halucha, so I might just use to pass to Halucha. Goes into 0 and that is the NDD. Just poison. This knockoff should kill it unless it's over. The Psychic Surge gets up the terrain. Yeah, but this is the problem now, since I don't know if actors can take fast twice punch. At least I can get it sucker punch the super fan to down 50%. There's a psychic seed and the speed F boost. So I can go for the super fan and get it down 50% and then after I do some more damage. But it's actually bulk up, which is actually better since I do think I will leave a plus one hit. But unfortunately missed that super fan. So that's actually bad because with the defense and speed F boost I don't know if soaking can kill this thing, but yeah, at least it will take some aftermath damage. Goes for acrobatics. So we have to go for the stone area. So it does have stone age for these actors. Yeah, so I'll have to pretty much go into soaking because with the speed up boost, I don't think Thunderbolt kills. I might have a go to the plus one acrobatics. And yeah, hopefully Sasha kills with the terrain because it did kill the boost. So we do actually manage to even fall. Sasha actually does kill. Oh, it's a critical hit. That's actually helpful, but yeah, that actually makes up for the super fan miss. It's just a picture is the only thing left. I mean, I don't have any reason to save this thing anymore, but yeah, I can go to trades, which should always give a plus one. Shadow Ball, unless it's like modest, unless it creates modest specs, I still should take a plus one from modest specs. Interesting if I don't know what I do if it late, I probably have to fish for the static para, but yeah, it was important. So yeah, this should be game. I should be able to knock it out with knockoff. Shadow Ball shouldn't kill me. Okay, so that's 3-0 victory, but it wasn't much more close because like yeah, if my soaking fainted, then I probably just lose. Alright, if I didn't get the crit, but yeah, that was a game, good game, and we'll be back next week.